guys, welcome back to the Cocco channel and to another tutorial Tuesday. Today we did a chit chat get ready with me. I went out to dinner with another couple and their son, and so I just did like a everyday kind of quick makeup look, but I haven't done a chit chat get ready with me in a while, so I wanted to kind of yickety yak with you guys. So if you're interested in some stories and how to achieve this super easy look, just keep watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Okay, so let's get started. I'm like super shiny because I just moisturized, but I'm gonna go ahead and use my Smashbox primer water. Today is the first day of spring and it's snowing here in DC. It's not even snow, it's like sleet, and it was hailing earlier. I'm pretty sure that that happened to us last year too. The first day of spring it was snowing. But like earlier this week we hit like 80. Weather is cray. I'm gonna use my Nivea Post Shave Balm as my primer. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, some people notice like a huge difference, but I don't feel like I do. Today I woke up with a migraine, and I think I'm gonna do a video about like my migraine story. I wanted to do a collab with one of the other girls here on YouTube, but I don't think it's gonna work out, so I think I'm just gonna do it by myself and let you know like how I go about handling them and what I can and can't do. Oh, this stuff smells so good. It smells like my husband. I think all men smell like my husband. I don't know. I haven't done a chit chat in so long, so I wanted to kind of catch up with you guys. I'm gonna fill in my pores with my Maybelline pore eraser, and we're gonna use some new goodies today. What I'm gonna do is foundation. I'm gonna go in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear. I've only used this once in another tutorial, or I don't even know if I did a tutorial with it or not. I hate freaking bottles like this where you have to like put your finger over it. I don't know why. I feel like it's hard to get like the right amount. So today we're going out to dinner with another couple. And so I was in bed till like 11:30, and today's Sunday in real time. And so I had my Sunday Funday Haul all uploaded and everything, and usually if, you know, I run out of time, I wake up really early in the mornings, like usually between, well, since my husband's been home, I've been sleeping up a little bit, but I usually, you know, do like my description box and my tags and my thumbnail in the morning because I don't upload until 10 Eastern time. But because I was in bed sick, I literally just like went downstairs at, what was it, like noon, and just put, hey guys, here you go, in the description box, and did like the snapshot of the thumbnail, not like an edited thumbnail, which I know it probably doesn't bother a lot of people, but it bothers me. So for it being like double wear, I don't feel like you get an insane amount of coverage. Like, you can still see my redness. See, this is what I mean when you don't get like the right amount of product. I'm using my Morphe M439. I really want to get the M444, which is like the sister brush. Okay, I'm gonna use my new Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. So I have a story for you guys. So on Monday of last week, I went to Ulta to get my hair done. I've been going there since October, and I remember specifically it being October because the first time I went, it was for an event that they were having for breast cancer, which, you know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And it was like an event where you got a free haircut with like any $10 donation to the, you know, breast cancer research. And so that day, this girl cut my hair and she did a terrible job. Terrible. And I went with my really good friend here, Pam, and she got a completely different girl and she did a really terrible job. So both Pam and I had to go back to get our hair fixed. And the girl who did it was a manager She still is. So ever since October, I've been going to see this girl who's the manager of the salon. And, you know, I've gotten mostly bang trims, which they charge, I think it's like $13 because I always tip her $5 and it was always $18, you know, for a bang trim, which is incredibly expensive just for a haircut. Like, you can get a full-on haircut at places for cheaper than that, and this was like just a bang trim. But I've also gotten like full-on haircuts from her, and those were typically like $28, which, you know, I've only done it, I think I've only done a full haircut with her once besides a bang trim. And I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. So on Monday, I, you know, made an appointment because my husband's home now and I could get a full-on haircut. You know, you guys saw I was letting my bangs grow out for the longest time. I was wearing headbands and all kinds of stuff. So, you know, I go in, and I've had many issues with this girl as far as, like, she's always late. Always. The last time I went, or no, it was the time before, not the last time, but the time before, she had me sitting there for 30 minutes before she showed up. And I was furious, and she knew because she was like, you know, I'm very expressive with my facial expressions, not my words so much, but like it was written all over my face that I was pissed. And I'm just gonna bronze a little bit. I'm gonna go in with my Benefit Hoola bronzer and this giant Morphe brush. So anyways, so she was actually on time, like right at 2 o'clock, but I'm the type of person, my mom raised me that you're 10 minutes early for everything. So I always get there early just because it's a habit. She shows up and she was like, so are we just doing bangs? And I said, you know, the more I look at it, I really could use a trim. I just had split ends, and, you know, as much care as I take of my hair, like, I do use heat, and so no matter what, you're gonna have like split ends, you know what I mean? And so she's like, okay. So I show up with a beanie on because, mind you, my bangs are still growing out. So I had a beanie on, my hair was like completely dry. She's been doing my hair now for 6 months, so she knows, you know, I have a huge calic right here, which is why my bangs look so funky right now. And I have calics at the back of my head, and so when you're starting over, which is pretty much what we were doing because I had been slicking them back and parting them, you know, you have to get them wet so you can reform them and blow dry them going straight down because of this calic. So I'm gonna use the Balm In Stain blush. This is in Houndstooth. So she doesn't like get my bangs wet, and I'm thinking, what are you doing? Like, it's not gonna look right. So we're like halfway through her cutting, like she's already finished cutting my bangs, and she's like moving on to the rest of my hair, and she's like, oh, I didn't even ask you if you wanted this washed. And I said, no, I don't need it washed. I washed it this morning, but, you know, don't you have to get the bangs wet to reshape them? No. You know, I can do it without getting your bangs wet. Okay, so the haircut literally took maybe 15 minutes, and, you know, I don't have any, like, she didn't do layers or anything. It's pretty much all the same length. She just, like, you know, brought it up and trimmed it off. Okay, so she like prints out my invoice, and I go up front, and it was, you know, the second day of Deals of Beauty, and so I wanted to grab my Stila One Step Correct. So I'm gonna go in as a highlight with You Glow Girl from Ofra. So I didn't even look at the invoice, and so I go up front, and I had bought like a couple other things that you guys saw in my Sunday Funday haul, and the girl up front like says your total is, and I can't even remember what it was, and I looked down thinking, no. This girl, I'm not going to say her name, just in the rare occasion that somebody knows who she is, she charged me $47 for a trim. $47. And I'm thinking, what the I'm gonna prime my lids with Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And I was like, why is it $47? You know, to the girl who's ringing me up, she says, it says style and cut. And I'm thinking, she didn't freaking style this, you know. She didn't get it wet. She didn't do anything. The only thing that she did do when we were done cutting it, she like ran it through a straightener like sideways so it had like some curl in it, and that was it. And I didn't even ask her to do that, you know what I mean? And it almost felt like she was taking advantage. Like, did she seriously just run a straightener to curl my hair and she's gonna charge me for it when I didn't even ask her for it, you know? I'm gonna use my Too Faced Bon Bon palette. So I was like, no. And I accidentally cursed in front of the girl, which I hate doing that in front of people you don't know. But anyways, so I go back. I'm gonna use Cashew Chew on this Luxie 205 and run that through my crease. So I go back there and she's not there, and there's like some other girl out there, and I said, where, you know, is this girl? And she said, let me go get her for you. So she comes out and she's like, hey, is everything okay? And I said, no. Why is this haircut $47? She said, oh, that's why I asked you if you had any coupons. I go, no, you didn't. You didn't ask me if I had any coupons. And she did give me like these little business cards to give out. And if you give them out, both you and that person that you give it to get $10 off, right? So that was all she had said. And I was like, I'm not paying $47 for this haircut. And she's like, well, I can knock $10 off. And I was like, I'm not coming back. And she's like, it's because I'm a senior. And so she like got out the brochure that like gives you all the prices. And even on there, it said 35, I think. And she's like, but I'm a senior and that's why it's more. And I was like, what? Well, I don't know what that means. And she's like, I'm the manager. I like have seniority. And so typically they charge more. And which I understand that concept, I do, like, but she never told me that. And I swear, like, I have all my receipts. I've never paid that much for a freaking haircut. I'm gonna go into almond truffle and just deepen that up. I told her, like, I'm not coming back, and I've never paid this much. The most she's ever charged me was $28 for a full cut. And she was like, no. She was like arguing with, not like, it wasn't like a hostile conversation at all. She was like super nice about it, you know what I mean? But I just told her, like, I'm not coming back, and that's, you know, way too much money. So she knocked off $10, which still made it $37, and I had already tipped her $10 because it was a full cut. Like, I charged her $5 for, or, you know, I gave her $5 for a bang trim, and I gave her like $10 for a full cut. And it only, like, keep in mind, she didn't wash it, she didn't get it wet, she didn't blow dry it. She took like 5 minutes to style it at the end, like I said, with a blow dryer or a straightening iron, curling it. And so I was just like pissed that I had already like given her the tip, because I was telling my mom, and she's like, did you take back the tip? And I was like, I can't like be like, okay, give me my money back. Like, I'm not that mean, you know what I mean? So I was just completely astounded that she was trying to do that to me. And funny enough, like, my mom gets her hair dyed regularly, and she has come across the craziest people that do her hair, the craziest people. I'm gonna go in with satin sheets and put that on my lid. She had been going to like a really nice salon, and she found a girl she liked, and then the girl got like real crazy. So she started going to, like, you know, your lower cost salons like Great Clips or Supercuts. I think the one that she went to was a Great Clips. And she like had a really big issue last time with a lady working there, because two stylists were like standing there like flirting it up with this dude who was like just getting like a regular crew cut, but both of them needed to be standing there even though my mom had an appointment, and like they just kept her waiting so they could flirt with this dude. So she was like pissed, and so she was like, you know what, it's cheaper and she did a good job, so I'm just gonna go back. So she goes back, and the girl keeps her waiting again, and then they get done and the lady upcharges her, and she was like, yeah, we changed our prices. And my mom was like, what the, you know? And so she like gets home, and she like called another Fantastic Sam's. I'm taking pecan praline and putting that on my outer corner. And so she gets home and calls another Fantastic Sam or Great Clips and was like, hey, I was just wondering what your prices are for, you know, a cover, you know, because she has some roots that she gets covered, and that's it. She didn't do like an all over dye job. And the lady tells her, and they didn't raise their prices. So this lady, because my mom was like pissed off last time and, you know, almost walked out because they were sitting there flirting with this guy, she wanted to be a jerk and charge her more. So it's just so crazy to me that people act this way, especially in this kind of industry. And, you know, they don't know that my mom is a massage therapist, and so she works, you know what I mean, for tips. And so my mom and my dad, even before my mom was a massage therapist, they've always been excellent tippers, just because that's the type of people they are. They're just, you know what I mean, really aware of stuff like that. I'm going to take almond truffle under my lower lash line. And so, like, they're missing out. My mom's an excellent tipper for any service, whether they're going out to eat, you know, dyeing, when she gets her nails done on the rare occasion. She's doesn't ever put nail polish on her nails. Like, she goes to get them, like, cleaned up and everything, and the nail techs always give her, like, a really hard time, like, no color? She's like, no color. So anyways, you know, that girl just, like, screwed herself, because that's a guaranteed appointment, like, every, 6 weeks, and it's a really good tip. So, and I'm the same way. Like, I have to get my bangs trimmed every single month, because that's just how fast my hair grows, and I'm a really good tipper. So, like, she just screwed herself out of an appointment every month with a guaranteed cash tip. You know what I mean? It blows my mind the way people act. It really, really, really does. Just gonna do my eyeliner and then I'll come back on. Okay, so I just did a wing. Not the best ones I've ever done, but like I said, I don't feel good. I'm gonna take my Revlon All-in-One, Ultimate All-in-One. So let me know your guys' horror stories. Have you guys dealt with stuff like this in, like, the service industry? I can't wrap my mind around it. I really can't. So on to more positive things. Yesterday we went to a birthday party for a little girl who is, like, just a couple weeks older than Aiden. She just turned 1. And it was, like, the first time that my son's, like, interacted with other babies, and it was probably the cutest thing ever, because we went to this little girl's baby shower, you know, obviously when her mom was still pregnant. And so this is, like, military like, friends. They're, like, dudes that are on Andrew's, like, flight. And so it was, like, kind of a running joke, because when we were at the baby shower, there were 4 other women there, myself included, like, that were all pregnant at the same time. And so, you know, a year later, we're all there and we all have babies running around, and it was just so cute, like, them interacting with each other and checking each other out. It was just so cute, and he had so much fun. Like, he's down to 1 nap a day, and so yesterday he took 2. Like, after we got home, he was just so tired from all the noise and fun, because there were, like, older kids there too that were, like, running around screaming and having a blast. So then today, like I said, we're going to dinner with one of our really good friends, Pam, and her husband, and my husband went to boot camp and tech school together. So they've known each other a really, really long time, and they have a little boy who, he's going to be 3 in April, and so there's, like, a big age difference between him and Aiden, but they still, like, entertain each other, and they're just a really fun couple to hang out with. And all 4 of us haven't been together in a while, because Andrew, you know, was gone for a while, and I think the last time we saw each other was, like, around Christmas time, actually, because Andrew left pretty much, like, right after New Year's, and it's crazy to think that, like, we're already almost in April. Migraines are the worst. If you suffer from them, you know what I mean. I'm lucky that it happened today and not on a weekday, because it's hard to function, and especially with, you know, a little baby that wants to play and have fun, and he absolutely deserves that, you know, and I'm just sick, so I'm glad if it were to happen that it happened today when my husband's here and Aiden has attention and love that he deserves. So I'm, like, busting my butt to get, like, so many videos done for when I'm gone, because I'm going to be gone, like, close to 3 weeks, and I don't know, I want there to still be really good content and, you know, videos, and so, like, busting butt. So I'm going to let that mascara dry that I spilt, well, not spilt, but I got some right here and right there. I'm just going to let that dry. I'm going to use a NYX liquid lipstick. This is the Lingerie. I've been using my other one nonstop. What is it called? Lace or something. This one's called Exotic. So I'm going to use this. Since I'm wearing black and white, I wanted to do, like, kind of a pinky thing, since it's, like, kind of date night, but you still have your kids. I love these. I seriously want to go get more shades, even though they all look very similar. Okay, so I'm just going to set with my Urban Decay all-nighter. Okay, so that is the finished look. It's very glowy, soft and like kind of romantic. I did a little bit more dramatic with the lips. Not very dramatic, not for me anyway. Yeah, sorry I'm in such a funk. I just don't feel good, but I really want to go to this dinner because we haven't hung out with them in such a long time. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed story time. If you like Chit Chat Get Ready With Me, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new, subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!